Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and today I'm really excited. I am launching something new. So I want to give you a little sneaky peek to just introduce this freebie that I want to put out. And let me first kind of backtrack a little bit and tell you a little bit about my holiday card making process. Generally, what I do is throughout the year, I'll just create a bunch of holiday cards. Often, they are part of design team projects or hops that I'm participating in, or this one I made during a Crafty Fun episode. So, by the end of the year, often don't really need to actually make any new cards. Usually, I have enough that I need to personally send out. And in fact, actually, I generally have more than enough. And what my husband and I do at Christmas time is we just pick the ones that we personally want to use. And then whatever is left over, I'll actually put together in little gift sets and I'll give that out as like a little gift to family and friends, or sometimes we'll donate them. But what our process is, I'm very bad at doing anything on the inside of a card. So these are all pretty much blank inside. They don't even have like a Christmas verse or anything stamped on the inside. So often what we do is I have a few sets of stamps from Crafter's Companion, which I love. They're like those huge stamp sets, and all of it is just verses, and those are really great. And often my husband will pick out one and then I'll just stamp them onto several cards and he'll pick out another one for another set of cards. And so we just kind of factory line our process that way, where he picks the card, he picks the sentiment to go with it, I'll stamp it, then throw it back over to him and he'll sign a message and then he'll throw it over to me and I'll put it in an envelope and label it with the recipient and all of that. I wanted to speed up that whole process a little bit this year, and I have an idea that I thought, well, if I'm going to do this anyway for myself, I may as well just make it available for all of you who watch my channel and have it be a freebie that I can offer to you all. So, my idea is this. It's not anything novel. These are on the market. I'm sure lots of different companies sell them. And what they are is inserts, card inserts. And what I'm going to do is make the PDF file available for free. And that way you can download this and you can use it as well. And I will try, as we ramp towards the holidays, I'm going to try to make several of these to release between now and Christmas. That way you'll have a few variations. But for each release, what I will do is, for everybody who watches my channel, you don't need to subscribe. You don't need to do anything. If you want it, I'll leave instructions in the description box for how to grab it, and you can grab it for free. There's going to be separate PDFs. So I've got 4 versions, and with each release, there'll be 2 different sentiments, and you'll get those across 4 versions. If you're like me and you make a lot of A2 cards, this is the first 2 versions. One as a portrait style of card, so for those are perfect for inserting into cards that are formatted this way. And then the other one is for landscape cards. So this would be better suited for cards that are top folding landscape like that. And I'll show you how to work with these in a moment, but let me first just describe the different options. So you'll get this as a PDF file that you can download and then just print out as many copies as you'd like. It has all of the sort of ornate border and everything, and there are 2 different sentiments. So this I'm just calling Holiday 1, 2023 Holiday 1. I know it's not that fancy of a name. The 2 sentiments are the gift of love, the gift of peace, the gift of happiness. May all these be yours at Christmas. And the second one is wishing you a season of light and laughter for you and your family. So there's one that's Christmas, and then there's one that's just seasonal. And that way you have some options there, just depending on what you celebrate. And so what's going to be free is this version, because I think it's going to be the easiest one that is going to be the most versatile. I think most people design in this format. And what will be available for my channel members, so I figured this is a good way to give all of my members some additional perks for being a member. And I've been brainstorming different things that I could do that would be manageable for my time. And I think this is one of those things. So at all levels of membership, and the lowest level of membership is 99 cents a month. So you don't have to pay a lot for to be a member, but I'll have both of these versions at the Crafty Friend level of membership. So that's at my lowest level of membership. You'll get both versions of A2 size card inserts. I think that should probably cover what most people generally, at least in the US, what most people make. So hopefully that covers most everybody. But I do also have 2 more versions, because remember I said there's 4 variations, and the 2 other variations are for 5x7. Again, 5x7 portrait side folding, and as well I've got the 5x7 as a top folding landscape card. So these 2 versions will be available for my Love You a Latte and above members. So members that are at the Love You a Latte and higher will get access to all 4 variations. You'll get the 2 variations as 5x7s, and you'll get the 2 variations as the A2. So do note that with A2 on a single sheet of paper, you can print out both. You can print out 2 at a time, and you'll get both of the sentiments. With the 5x7, it's only one per sheet of paper. So it's actually two separate files. So you'll get 2 files, and I already kind of prepared some of these, but you'll get 2 files that are portrait like this, because there's 2 different sentiments, and then you'll get 2 different files that are this orientation. That way, when you go to print, let's say you like one of these over the other, you can just print out, the one file that you need and as many copies of it as you'd like. So that's something that is, I'm gonna start. I don't know how often I'll come up with these, and I don't know that I'll necessarily even do a video every time I launch a new one. What I might do is just keep an eye out on my YouTube community page, because I think I will just use that and announce when a new one is released. Because basically, I'm going to make these for my own personal use throughout the year. And whenever I make one, I'll just announce it to my community page so that you know that there's a new one that you can grab. And you will be able to just pop on over, and I'll put them all on a Google Drive, so the link is going to always be the same. The folder is going to always be the same, so that you can just even bookmark that folder if you want, and then pop in there and see what's new when something does get added to it. So let me show you how to work with these. I don't know if other inserts are designed the same way, so you'll have to forgive me if this isn't what you're used to seeing. This is just what I felt would work for me. But let me know if there's something that I can improve, because I'm always looking for ideas for improvement. This is the A2 version that is top folding landscape. And the A2s are really easy to use, really easy to prepare. All you need to do is just line it up at 5.5 along the 11-inch edge and then just cut. And so there we have that. And it's going to be the same for your portrait as well. Along the 11-inch edge, just line it up at 5.5 and cut. So then what you'll want to do is, actually I'm going to leave this here. You don't really need to score this. It just depends on what you print it on. I think it's perfectly fine to just print it on some nice copy paper. You don't have to print it on anything special or anything thick. You may want to print it on some nice digital copy paper, just like maybe a 28 or 32 pound text weight paper. But because it's thin, I'm not going to even score it, but I will use a bone folder to get a nice crisp fold there. So I'm just matching up the corners and the edges so everything lines up nice and neat. And then I'll use a bone folder to really crisp up that edge there. Those were the portrait ones, and then the landscape ones, the same thing. You just fold this down and give it a good burnish. And I'll go ahead and do this last one too. This is really, I feel like it's gonna be so easy and it's gonna be so nice to just whip these up, just print out a bunch of them, and then you'll see me, I'll insert them into the card so that you can actually see how it looks inside a card. What I like to do is, now this is exactly the same size as your card base, but where these go is they are going to get inserted into your card. And so sometimes it might work out just fine, but sometimes, just depending on where the fold is and how much room that takes up, sometimes you might find that this edge here peeks out a little bit, the two ends. And so what I like to do is, because my guillotine does a really good job at just taking small slivers off, I'm going to take, like, this isn't even, that's an 1/8, that's a 16th. It's not even a 16th of an inch. I think it's like 1/32 of an inch. And that's just so that this can nest inside here and not be, not poke out the edge at all. So let me go ahead and quickly do that because it's so imperceptible. I'm not going to remember later which ones I've cut and which ones I haven't. Remember, it's not you want to cut the opposite side to the folded edge because it's where this fold is that's taking up the space and it might push this out. So just take off a fly's eyelash, and then you don't have to worry about, or at least you can worry less about anything sticking out from the edge of your card. Then with that prepared, I could prepare a lot of these just in advance and then have multiple different sentiments that we can sort of pick through at the holidays and insert them in. Now, this is an idea for, I know a lot of my crafty friends out there like to send cards that can be then sort of regifted. And so if that's what you want to do, I think that's an awesome idea. So what you could do is just sign your insert and then just put it into your card and then be done. And then that way, whoever gets it, they have the benefit of seeing your message, your handwritten note, but then they can take this out and then they can use the card and then pass it on. I think that's a really awesome idea, and that would be a really fun thing to do, and even easier because then you don't have to do this next step I'm about to do. If you want to actually attach this to your card though, what I do is, so this is the side that actually has the printing on it. When you fold this close on the opposite side, I just put a line or two, and you don't need anything super strong here. And that's really all you need. You don't need to attach this all the way around. So I've got my adhesive right above the fold here. And the sentiment's going to go down on this side like that. So what I'm going to do is this gets adhered to the card front essentially. And I'm going to line up this fold so that it's right up to the score line, but it doesn't cross it. And that's key because you want to be able to still fold this down nice and flat. And because that score line and that fold does take up some space, that's why sometimes it does push this out. And that's it. So there you have your card, you open it, and there you have your sentiment, and it's ready to just write a quick little message and sign and send off. So let me do that one more time. I'll do that with this one. This one says Merry Christmas, so I'll find the one that actually is a Christmas sentiment. So there it is. And so on the, so that's where our sentiment is. I want to put adhesive here and glue it to the card front. And I just do 2 lines. Maybe you only need 1. I don't know. I just do 2 just in case. Not that I think it'll fall out, just that I think it'll be a little bit more secure. So I'm going to take this folded edge. I'm gluing it to my card front. And I want it to be right up against the fold, but not crossing over it. And I'm just going to burnish with my fingers because this is lightweight paper. And there you go. So easy. So I'm really excited to make these card inserts and make them available to you for free. So do grab them. Now, let me show you how to work with the 5x7s. So for my channel members, if you are interested in getting the 5x7s, what I've done with these, it's a little bit different. So it might be hard to see on camera, but I actually have put registration marks so that you can actually see it's very light, but I've put it all the way to the edge of the file. It's just that my printer doesn't do borderless printing. So it's just going to come pretty close to the edge, but not right off the edge. But the idea is that those would be your cut lines, and that's going to give you a 10x7. And what you'll want to do, here's my suggestion. What you want to do is try to line up that first line with your cutting blade as best you can. Rotate, and then now you have one line that does go all the way off to the edge. So it's going to be really easy for you to line that up with your cutting edge now that you can kind of see it. And then I would give that a cut. Now, what you can do is, because this is designed so that it fits, it's exactly the same dimensions as a 5x7 card base. Now you can just use your guide. So this is going to be 7 inches. So you can line this up at 7 inches and then give a cut. And then you can line this up at 10 inches. You don't even need the lines anymore. Certainly you can use them, but we'll line that up at 10 and give it a cut. So now this is exactly sized to go into a 5x7 card that's top folding landscape. And let me quickly just do that again, just so that you can see it. So all of the 5x7s will have these really faint. I made them faint because then if you don't get the cut perfectly on the line, not a huge deal. It's hardly ever going to be visible if you miss it. So I don't think it's a huge deal. That's why it's really faint. I didn't want to do like a really dark black line. So pick a line and just cut. And then now that you have one line that runs clear off to the edge, then you can line that up with your cutting blade. the edge of your cutting blade, whatever trimmer you want to use. Then when you have two cut off, you can just cut it down to the dimensions that you know it needs to be. So it needs to be 10 by 7. So then if you want, you can just use your measurement guide and go by that. And then the same thing that I did with the A2 version, I'm just going to fold by hand and I'm still going to give it a nice burnish so that I get a nice crisp fold, but I don't really need to score. And in fact, if you do score, just be careful, especially if you are using a lightweight text copy paper like I am, because you might poke a hole through it. And I'm going to do the same thing. So on the outside edge across from the fold, I'm just going to take a fly's eyelash. So you can see there's the 5-inch mark and you can barely see anything. I'm just going to take that little fly's eyelash off. It's going to make it just sit inside the card just a little bit neater. And then we've got, I don't have too many 5x7 cards at the moment that I've made recently. Those cards, you may have seen videos on them because they're pretty recent. I haven't brought them down to my Christmas stash of cards yet, but I know I have one. So what I'll do, this is a top folding. So wishing you a season of light and laughter for you and your family. This one says Christmas, so I did prepare a bunch of others. So let's see if I have my Christmas one. Yeah, I'm going to use the one that actually says Christmas. So same thing. You could do a little bit of a dry fit, make sure it fits in there without, and it's, so I also, the reason why I recommend text for this is because then, text weight paper is because then it doesn't add too much weight to your card, and it won't add too much bulkiness to your card either. So if you're worried about like shipping and triggering extra postage, printing this just out onto some copy paper. But you could be fancy. You could print these for weddings as well. I'll take suggestions for different themes of card inserts if you'd like, because I don't foresee myself really needing a wedding version anytime soon, not that I know of anyways. But if folks need it, I would definitely be willing to put one together with some wedding sentiments, because now having said that, I think that would be actually really nice, because you could print this onto vellum and then do like a vellum insert, and that would be another really cool way to elevate your cards. And plus, if you make to sell, I feel like these would be really wonderful for that as well. It just really gives your cards just that little something extra. And I know that having a printed sentiment might feel a little bit less handmade, but I do feel like, if you're making a lot of cards, these are going to make your process go a lot faster, and it might be well worth it to get these, especially since they're free, and then you can choose to use them however you'd like. So let me know what you think of this whole idea, if you're interested in it, if you want to see more, if there are some different occasions or themes that you would like to request. I will keep a running list, but otherwise I'm gonna just make these as I need them, and then since I'm making them anyways, I'll make them available for you to use for free. And again, if you are watching this and you are curious, then you can get the A2 portrait version for free. Expand the description box below and you'll see where you can click over to find it. If you are a channel member, then you can get additional versions. So That way, hopefully, this adds a little bit of value to my channel membership. If you want to join as a channel member, there is a join button below. So just click that. I have different membership levels with different perks, and I'm trying to really get better at delivering on those perks and structuring them in such a way that I can actually keep up with them. So I hope that this is something that is something of value for being a channel member, because I appreciate you, whether you are a subscriber, whether you are a member of my channel, just by watching and engaging with my videos. It's a huge help to my channel, but for folks who do choose to do more, like subscribe and join as a member, I want to give back to you however I can. So I hope this is something that you find of value. Thanks again, and be sure to check out my YouTube community page, because when new ones of these come out, like I mentioned, I may not have a full-on video like this to introduce it. I might just announce it there and share the link to download it. So keep an eye out there. And until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Thanks.